Hi, Claire here from Inky Inspirations, and today's card is an explosion card. So if we slide the belly band off, we've got a nice pop out mechanism inside. So this one uses a patterned paper. However, the one that I'm going to do today, if I slide that belly band off, uses plain paper with mats and layers. Exactly the same fold, but I'll show you how to make this one. You can adapt it then to make this one if you choose. So let's get started. So to begin, you want a sheet of card which measures 5.5 by 11.5 inch. And we're going to score that at 2 7/8. Just going to turn it over because I find it folds much easier if I've done both sides. And 8 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're then going to fold these in on themselves and burnish them. Same at this side, fold it in and burnish it. So for the explosion part in the middle, your card is going to measure 11 inch by 5.5. So it's the same width, it's just 1/2 inch shorter. And you're going to score that at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4. You're then going to score from the top of this score line to this corner, top of the score line to this corner, bottom of this to the top of that one, and the top of that one. Now, the easiest way that I've found to do this is on my scoreboard, I've coloured in one of my lines. Just used a Sharpie, and what that means is that I can line my top corner with the bottom of my score line there, and then just score down it. So turn it up round and do exactly the same again, but in the other direction. And then again here. Take your time to do this bit, make sure that you've lined it up perfectly. And last one again, take your time. If you find yourself stressing about it, breathe out a few times. So you should have a piece of card that resembles that. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold your diagonals as valleys. So you're going to fold that in on itself and burnish it. In on itself and burnish it. Same on these ones. In and burnish. In and burnish. And then these ones you're going to fold as mountains. What you want to do is sort of squeeze these two together, and you should find that it will do it naturally by itself. So squeeze these two together and you should be left with a piece of card, that folds like that. So get your card base. You need some liquid glue for this bit. What you're going to do is you're going to put liquid glue on the back of this piece here. You want liquid glue because you need that wriggle time to make sure you've got it in the right place. And then I'm going to bob it in the middle. And then these ones, again, you're going to have liquid glue on there. You could fold it like that so it sits exactly flush with this edge. However, I prefer it if you've got a tiny slither here. So I'll show you what I mean. It'll be less than 1/4 inch. It is a tiny amount. But I just think that when it's open, it sits better. And to do that, I do it while the card's open. So just pull it down. And then just hold that in a minute. So you might not want to do the next bit. If you've used a patterned paper, you probably don't need it. But for mine, I've made some mats and layers. So for my largest layer, I've used a holographic paper and I've cut myself a square which measures 3.5 by 3.5. The black is 3.25 by 3.25 and the white is 3 by 3, and that will fit into there. Now to make these ones, I've done exactly the same. So my silver measures 3.5 by 3.5. My black 3.25 by 3.25, and my pattern is 3 by 3. And I've cut each one individually before I've then stuck it onto the other one. And these will fit in these gaps here. And then using the exact same measurements, I've done myself another 2 squares in the exact same way. So a 3.5, a 3.25 and a 3. But instead of halving it, I've quartered it to create my other triangles. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue. I will speed this bit up and I'm just going to get all that stuck down for you. So for the 2 panels that go on the front here, my silver is 2.5 by 5.25 and my pattern is 2.25 by 5. And again, I'm just going to use liquid glue to bob them on. And then my panel, which will go on the back to write my message, the silver is 5.25 by 5.5 and the white is 5 by 5.25. And again, liquid glue, and just adhere that onto the back. So my belly band is a strip of card which measures 1/2 inch by 11.5. I've coloured myself 3 of the Made to Surprise Have a Drink on Me cocktails and I've die cut them out. I've used some stickles around the top and I've just used some glossy accent to give it a little bit of dimension. And to create the belly band, I'm literally going to join these 2 ends together by gluing one of these glasses over the front. So we'll be like that, and then the other 2 are probably going to come out just from behind. I'm going to fiddle to get this how I want it, so I will speed this bit up. And then the belly band will just slide on. Like so. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed that, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.